Hi YouTube, VOD watchers and anyone just joined the stream. I'm finally back with Silksong after a week, and also a very inconsistent schedule because life hit me like a truck this week. Yes, we're back. As you can see, we have started out in the flea area because we're going to bring them up to right here, so that way we can get a tool. Look on the stream, Shadow Speed Stir. I think that's right. It's just STR at the end. Thoughts on the silksong parry system? Well, seeing as I was the only advocate for the Hollow Knight parry system, I love it. I'm sure that's probably what brought you to the stream, unless it just popped up in, the stream notification just popped up on your feed somehow. Yeah, I made a video talking about the parry system in Hollow Knight. I was literally the only one championing it. And in this game, it is a lot more refined. In a lot of ways, it actually works, and Team Cherry specifically designed, if you ask me, certain attacks that... Like, a lot of the enemies that you encounter in the game have attacks that there's no way it's almost impossible for you not to parry them at a certain point. This enemy in particular. Right? This enemy right here, if you ask me, is evidence enough that Team Cherry was aware that, you know... they had something to some measure with the parry system and they wanted to do something with it. So they made a lot of enemies and bosses that operated with the idea of, if we design it in a way to where the player benefits from learning how to parry, then, you know. But after playing this game, I can't acknowledge... I guess even before this game came out, there were shortcomings with the parry system in Hollow Knight originally. Like, it was clearly a very unfinished mechanic. And this is another good example of an enemy that you benefit from parrying. Who's another one? I guess technically you. The Morwing to some extent. Who else on here? This guy's one attack. That guy also is very easily parryable attack. And then there's just certain bosses, right? Oh yeah, enemies like this, right? The Farlids and stuff. Where's the one drape might thing? This thing. That's another good example. I suppose the smaller version of it as well. And then a lot of the bosses, Widow. Have notifications on. Still waiting for the parry video sequel. Yeah, I'm just waiting on someone. Like, another... Well, specifically a Hollow Knight speedrunner for help. Probably is good to parry, yeah. A lot of the bosses seem to be designed with parrying in mind and not just with cross-stitch. And just because of how daunting the task is. Because, like I said, in the original video I said how each boss had their own unique perfect parry, and that's just because of how their hitboxes work intermittently between each other. So, yeah, it is a very daunting task to do. But to start off the stream, I think we'll do some reading for some of the enemy entries I got. If I can remember which ones I got. Because it's been no small amount of time since I played this game. No, not any of you. Not you. Oh yeah, this thing. In my youth, I envied all bugs with wings. I even fancied I might grow a pair. I have since learned better. Accept the limitations of one's body and augment with tools as needed. So that's one of the ones I got off camera. Who else? I went back to the Wisp Thicket briefly and got some of these entries. Wisp, short-lived, sprite or spirit born of flickering flame. To live only a single bright moment, what would one feel? Is it glorious or only despair? Or could it be both mixed equally? And then these dudes, many-legged insect fanatically obsessed with flame. These ones somehow learnt to call and guide the scorching wisps that share their thicket. Whether through dominance or reverence is unclear. Alright, we got all those, I think. Yeah, I already read this one. I got these things. Slobberlug. I think is how it said. Younger form of a muckroach attacks prey by leaping from the water and snapping with its flexible jaw. These creatures look to have been bred deliberately in these watery pens. If they are food to be, their scent suggests they must taste vile. Who else did I get? It shouldn't be too many more. This one, I think? This one's no, I already read that one. This is one. To subsist on this sickly water in this fetid environment. Wait, to subsist on the sickly water in this fetid environment, it spits out the most toxic elements. Over generations, this former survival technique has turned into an effective hunting tool. I thought about getting these things off camera, but I utterly hate fighting them, and just even at my current level with all the stuff I, you know, caught back up on off camera after Groal killed me. Yes, he killed me and then I made back all the progress I lost. I was just not putting up with fighting anything there. I believe there's only like a few more I would have been able to get. None of you, none of you. None of you. Sentinel is a pretty good parry boss. I don't. Funny enough, I do not particularly remember the specifics about that fight. We'll have to try that when I get back. I think you were one of them. Yeah, a fine shot with its sharp mask. It aggressively, or its aggression has no ill effect on its aim. Passively waits for prey to blunder into its path, a technique that should not necessarily be derived. Whatever is effective is best. The way it darts in and out of the ground has an almost playful quality to it. An amusing and effective way to ambush prey. We have to kill that thing eventually. I know where it is. This one, nature distorted this bug, was born tiny and mild. The Citadel deformed it in futile hope it may sustain. Excuse me. You can parry all their attacks except the triple lunge. I would have to try that. Funnily enough, I could think of a way to do parry the triple lunge. This thing. Few creatures of that silk-stricken place would find nourishment enough to grow to so large. And then all of the underwork enemies. With all the refuse collapsing throughout their domain, the workers' stiff shells would be essential if they held any hope to. Why am I stuttering so bad? I'm having a stroke. With all the refuse collapsing throughout their domain, the workers' stiff shells would be essential if they had any hope to survive. Than this thing. That they ever hope to keep their domain clean. What futility. Their sharp cleaning implement is filthy at best, as the rest of the place. They only layer grime on grime. They toil incessantly for the Citadel, their shells bent and grayed, and now the kingdom's curse means not even death can relieve them. The cost of so much... What is that? Grandeur, there we go. Did I peer closely enough into the foundations of my own kingdom? Probably not. Including their counter parry. Yeah, I know from Hollow Knight, a lot of the enemies and bosses that have parry moves, you can also parry in turn. You just have to be good enough. It's technically easier in this game for a variety of reasons. I already read this one. I already read that one. Which ones did I get? This one. If given a chance, this one will steal silk from any significant source, including my own shell. I already read this one, right? And then all of these dudes. There is old anguish bound upon these threads, the results of countless cruel procedures. I think I already read this one. The procedures with silk may have prolonged life within the citadel, but they unknowingly gifted many minds to the monarch. This one definitely I didn't get. Lie slow to the ground. No, I think I read this one already. Yeah, I read this one already. These ones I didn't read. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Wait, is that who I think it is? Yo, welcome back to the stream. Long time no see. Sorry, I was just reading some journal entries. The ones I got off camera. We're actually about finished now. I think there's just this guy left, and then all of these, the slab enemies that we have access to. All are haunted here, the jailers and the jailed. Do they realize they will never leave this place, or how long they have stayed already? Foul creature birthed into servitude, their plight elects no sympathy from me. The smell from these jailers overwhelms my senses. I strongly doubt they've ever thought to bathe. Yes, me. I'm out. My PFP is different now. Okay. And then there's this one. The servitor has been heavily damaged by time and the elements. Its actions have grown erratic. It seems no longer able to discern friend from foe. And that should be everything. The only thing left to read is like all of these quarrel cloaks and stuff. And then the extra little bits of meat I collected off camera while getting certain journal entries. I cannot stay for long. It's very late for me. Yeah, it's fine. I just appreciate anyone stopping by for any period of time. Garment gifted to pilgrims on admittance to the citadel. Its thick weave offers additional protection against wind and cold. And we have seared orange. No, orange. I'm about to say orange. Jesus, no. Organs. There we go. Meat harvested from a defeated creature. It has been seared in a way that noticeably affects the flavor. Shredded organ. Meat harvested from a defeated creature. It has been diced into fine chunks. It has been cleanly skewered through, but is otherwise intact. And I think that is everything. I believe. Should be. Yes, we can now continue with the lore run. So, as you can see, we're at the fleas. What I'm going to do now is just talk to everyone here, because this is the first time I got basically every single flea at this part of the game. So, we're going to start talking to them. Fair greetings, again, large flea. Amongst all of your troop, I had little doubt you would survive to reach this cavern. Would you tell me now of the task that saw you so apart from your fellows, and so fearsome in form?
Ugh, garbage.
I love Mushka so much. He's my goat. I forgot who that was. Sorry. That's the flea caravan guy, right? I guess I'll find out in a minute. Bug not flea. Mine is to track by trail and smell and senses sharp. Find our friends fleas, our young most of most, to bring them together and grow them strong. If you have sensed the locations of other lost fleas, share them with me. I may be able to send them safe to the caravan. My learnings, not free for you. Bug not flea. Rosaries. Give those and I shall say of what I have sensed. Work like mine, much long and hard. For that, I deserve some riches held. Did I get every single one? The Bonelands. The main flea guy? Yeah. Okay. Citadel. Well, I'm not surprised by that. There's places in the Citadel we've yet to be, and then Mount Faye. I have marked your map, Bug. See the learnings of fleas lost across the lands. If you are as brave as told by fellow fleas, seek them, save them, for a caravan whole.
Garbage.
Whoa, a lot of lines of dialogue just then. Bug not flea, my learnings All have been scratched into your map. Can give no more. Leave now, seek and save lost fleas for a caravan full and whole.
Pashdosh.
I think I discovered a new bug by accident. Dodeshan. Dear one, Dodeshan, you have returned to use Krot's luxurious spa carriage. I've kept it roastly warm for you. Sure, why not? This can never backfire it. Thank you, thank you. I'll treasure these sweet-smelling rosaries, dearie. Now, don't be shy, step inside. I need a silk anyway, I suppose. We have to wait for this guy to peer over so we can get more dialogue. The pain, such fury, over a mistake. Poor little Krot did not mean to steal a look. This old carriage needs constant care. I was only doing repairs. I had no intent to intrude, and I barely saw a thing.
You finished?
Lie no more to me, Flea, and be grateful you still live. Know that if you peer again, you will die. Of course, Krot will never. Let's consider the matter forgotten, and you shall forever be my treasured guest. A mistake, treasured guest. Never again. Oh, never again. Alright. So if we talk to him, it'll advance this quest right here that we've had since literally the start of the game. Gotta go, man. He gotta go. Yep. Who else? I just lost my train of thought. There's something else I need to do. For some reason, I feel like I have to look at my inventory. I don't remember why. Oh, no, I had to look at the map to see what fleas I had left. So apparently there's a flea in the Bonelands, as they put it. Oh, I see. Right here in Deep Docks. So there's one. Looks like I actually have to look around this way. Manually. So they said the Citadel, the Bonelands, and where else? Not Fae. Right there? Oh, that's the slab. That's why. And then the Citadel, I have a feeling, yeah, Whispering Vault. A lot of the fleas are going to be around that region. None in high halls, by the looks of it. Alright. Have to go now. Sorry I couldn't stay for a long time, Kiki. Thanks for stopping by. It's been quite some time since I've seen you in the stream, so I do appreciate it. So we have to get this flea right here, and then once we take a visit to the slab, we have to get that one over there. But aside from that, I'm not seeing any more. Alright. It's warm here, you agree? Is very. What is, say, cozy? The flea master, though, is always want to move on. We will be dragged away somewhere much worse soon, I think. Some beasts here, I see them each through the boning ground. Is very smart. A strange flea has joined, wait, what was the voice I gave you again? A strange flea has joined our troop. All are welcome, but something about this one sets my fur to raise. His carriage offers a steaming service. Can you shut up? I'm having a hard time hearing my... But the charge in rosaries is stiff, especially for us fleas who carry few. Jeez, I can't hear myself. Shut up! For the companionship we provide, the safety of our members, surely some discount is deserved. Have you met her yet? I poo. Hey, Brandon. Have you met her yet, our burly new companion, Vogue? Fresh return from a long time spent tracking. We have met, Flea Master. It gladdens me to see so strong a flea exists as her. Yours was a caravan sorely lacking for protection. I cannot hear myself. And I am too bound by my own tasks to bound by my own tax to provide it for you. Why would... I'm sorry, I can't hear myself. He just will not shut up. Why would we... why we would never impose so. And now, no matter, her scent may be strong, but her taste for brew bottomless. But her skill is sharp. If predators draw close, her talents will provide much confidence to our caravan. I think this should be all the dialogue before, you know, we get them to... We get in a position where we have to leave, right? Look, so many fleas have joined the caravan. What a miracle. We cannot thank you enough for honoring our humble wish. I finally did it. It only took 400 years. Knocking on the door to Act 3, and I brought all these fleas here in the Bone Bottom. Jesus. We're almost done with the dialogue, and they'll shut up. Actually, can I... Oh, God. Can't pause it. What dialogue did I miss? There we go. There are still many fleas for us to be united with, though. And we've rested long enough. The caravan must head higher. But stranger, how remiss of me. I introduced myself earlier without ever asking for your own name. Shut up. Forgive me, please. What shall we call you? You may call me Hornet, Flea Master. Know that I, like you, am glad to see your fellow fleas safe with your caravan. These are dangerous lands to travel alone. I still have a long journey ahead of me. If I come across any more fleas, I will assist where I am able. Shut up. Oh, Vanda. Or Vavinda. Shut up, it keeps throwing me off so bad. Oh my god. That is to say, incredible. What a wonderful thing for me to hear. Dear friend, Miss Hornet, our caravan must be away now, towards the wild moor, to the wide moor high above. Would you travel with us as our honored guest? Yes, please, especially to make him shut up. Excellent, excellent. Let us make preparations and be off without delay. Rouse yourself, fleas, for the caravan roams once more. God damn. I've never heard more annoying background sound from peace and quiet. I can hear my own thoughts. So I was looking at some over on PC. The journey here was long, but we didn't lose a single flea. I'm told it is good luck to bring a guest along when traveling, so we might have you to thank. I trust the trip was agreeable for you. A pleasure, perhaps? Nestled in with our dear little ones? They certainly make for energetic travel companions. I've not often had opportunity to socialize with such spirited sorts. Splendid! And now, you must go and see... Oh yeah, this is how we get one of the, spools, I think? Or is it a mash shard? I think it's a spool, though. Grishkin, sitting there by the bubbling cauldron. After a long travel, we drink to revive our spirits. We will camp here for a time before moving onwards. These moments of safety and calm must be treasured, rare as they are. We should also see the Moorwing's body tied to... Oh god, he won't shut up. Alright, so the Moorwing is right here. Eventually when we come back, we'll actually see its body tied up onto one of these, like, caravan things. I don't remember which one. What do you get me? Dodeshna. Want for shelter from the thick gray air is heavy and wet. I worry for the little flea's health in this land. They make play in the filthy water. I say them stop, but they just laugh and splash on me. They are lack of respect. Most bugs instinctively obey those with strength and will. Speak with authority, or your commands may go unheeded. Really, is Flea Master's job to teach fleas, or teach the fleas such? I will just have rest here until it is time to move on. Strange beasts prowl these gray lands. I hear them roar and shriek outside camp. It is best to stay inside and make quiet. You have anything to say? Hear our voices, hear our plea. Join our company, moving free. The ritual beckons, the road is long. All fleas must find us. Hear our voices, hear our plea. We live and die, and Rome is one. All fleas must come. Okay. I believe that's everything. Welcome back, my fierce one. Dodeshna. I'm sure your travels have warned you. Oh no, I wouldn't dare take rosaries from such a treasured guest. Please, use my spa carriage, free of charge. Dear Crot is only happy to provide. So that's how we get him to give it to us for free. But I will wait to see if he actually tries it again. No, actually. Okay, he learned his lesson. This new dialogue, technically. Did they get the Morwing's body? Nope. We'll talk to you so we can finally get the flea brew. Dodeshna, Miss Hornet, is it? Welcome to our new camp. The traveling is done, and so we drink. But no better way to revive spirits than to drink the famous flea brew. Have just finished a batch. God, have just finished a batch. That's so hard to read. Bubbling and warm. You are friend, finder of lost little fleas. Here, take a bottle of flea brew with you. Will keep you warm while you travel. Wait, does that work in Mount Fae? Well, I guess I won't be able to test that anymore because I already have the Fae down cloak. Oh, we can't get... I just remembered something. There's a line of dialogue we missed. Related to the slab. A few things, actually, but we'll get those whenever I have the opportunity later. I'm always brewing here, so have no fear to drink plenty. And return whenever you're wanting more. Alright, we got the flea brew. Flea brew. Invigorating beverage provided by the flea caravan. Temporarily increases speed of movement and attacks. Should probably try this at a certain point. I'm not sure with what though. I'm wonder at this land. Something heavy hangs above, like shadow. I'm hope the little fleas have not much danger here.
Yanaga Noshke
Barishkava. Alright, we finally did that, so eventually we'll have to check back with them to see when they're ready to roll up to Blasted Steps. But that is not quite yet. Why is this here? Oh yeah. I remember why. Okay, so I need to remember... Omushka told you Vogue like flea brew without Gershon making it. Actually, yeah, that is something. So I guess if you get Vogue to show up down here, where is it? Right here. And then you talk to Mushka about it, he'll mention flea brew before they ever even give it to you. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that. Where else do I have to go, though? Because there's this boss fight over here, but because of the nature of it, I'm hesitant to do it right now. This is a path up to another secret boss. This is where Vault Filament is. This is another quest, but I don't think I can access it just yet. There's a boss right here. I'm not sure if it's active yet. There's something right here I have to check once I get silksong. This is where an important endgame item is. There's all of the rest of deep docks to look over. There's an item we can get here, but only in Act 3. There's a boss right here. Oh, with the flea brew, we can finally go back and get the Weaver harp, the rune harp over here. Next is the rest of this Weaver Atla finally. So we have to go do that now. There's Leguli right here we have to fight. There's the Green Prince right here we have to free. There's a Mash Shard right here. I only explored as much of the Wisp Thicket as I did the last time I streamed this game. So we basically have all that to explore. There's the Crawfather stuff right here in Act 3. This is supposed to be a jailer location, just like with here. Gilly's supposed to be right here, but I think we missed that dialogue. This is where the doctor is, but we cannot access them just yet. There's supposed to be a jailer right here, but it's most likely dead. In theory, there's a covetous flea, or not covetous flea, a covetous pilgrim right here, but I think we have to beat Groal first. There's a pathway over here which unlocks when we do Chakra's quest. There's some enemies here I have to kill. There's Mr. Mushroom's quest right here. There's an journal entry I've yet to even find right here. This leads to Whispering Vault. This leads to Underworks. This is a Mash Shard, if I recall correctly. High Halls. This leads to Torbio. This leads to another part of Underworks that we cannot access just yet. Silksong, boss. Mash Shard, lore, item. That's all the stuff we have in our itinerary right now. Not even calling Vaultworm a boss. So I just forget it exists. The only thing I know about that area is Vault Filaments right there. Oh, there's also a what's it called right here? A memory locket. One thing I can actually check to see if. No, I think I have to get the key from you first, right? I'm not sure we even have the ability to do that. One thing I might do is these two deliveries. We have many deliveries still need making, Miss Courier. We is much needing your help. When you is ready for giving of it. Jesus. Yeah, let's do Bone Bottom. This is also more lore. Makes sense, yeah. Once was common, this delivery for the bugs in their camp, besides the bones, or beside the bone. Now even this is challenge. Down there at base, where many pilgrims' journey starts, to ready for their climb, these deliveries will give much value. But hold, Miss Courier, before departing you mustly know, all deliveries are in needing of great care. No bump, no shake, no taking funny transport, only leg, claw, wing must be used to see them where they need to go. Carry the delivering safe, Miss Courier. Care for like your own shell. Alright, so we have this Bone Bottom supply delivery supplies to the fixer flicked in Bone Bottom, and then we have another item. Courier swag, I think. Yeah. Heavily clothed sack containing tools, trinkets, and medical supplies delivered to Bone Bottom. Alright, let's go. Fastest ways through here. Just have to be careful. Down here, if I recall correctly, yep. And where's the fastest way down to Bone Bottom? Or I guess safest way. jumped into it. Through here. Have you fought Gerben yet? If not, what is the trigger when where you can't? I actually, funnily enough, my last playthrough I did it. What I found out is if you get chakra, basically if you do the High Halls Gauntlet at any degree, it makes Gerben no longer be, you cannot fight him anymore. It's either that or if you get chakra to help you instead, then you'll just find Gerben and Songclave. But it just in general, it is in the High Halls Gauntlet right here. Or I guess actually it's more like over, where is it? If it loops back, it'd be right here, right? So once you do the High Halls Gauntlet right here, it makes it to where you cannot fight Gerben anymore. That is the trigger for it. And I found that out by complete accident just from me testing stuff on my last playthrough. Okay, just over here. Where is my double jump? Down. No. That was close. Really? Does he go to Songclave after High Halls, or is Chakra questline the trigger for it? No, it's just specifically anything to do with after you beat the High Halls Gauntlet. I'm not sure, because I did do Chakra's quest before I found all of the Gerben locations just around the Citadel. But I know for a fact that after you do the High Halls Gauntlet, it makes him go to Songclave. For all I know, that Chakra... Well, I didn't see Gerben in Songclave, even after doing Chakra's quest. But I can tell you for a fact, after you do High Halls, it makes it to where you cannot fight Gerben anymore. If you haven't found, like, all the different locations he shows up in the Citadel, then you fight him. I think it's... Where is it? It's, like, right over here you fight him. But I'm not sure if Chakra also serves as one such trigger to make it to where you cannot fight Gerben. But I know for a fact that just doing the High Halls Gauntlet is enough to make him just go to Songclave and stop your ability to fight him.
Yanara.
Sir, I bring supplies from the town of Bells above, up above, to aid your camp and its residents. Mighty thankful these folks will be. Most arrive here with nothing but their shells. Your delivery there will make things a little easier on him. Maybe it's both because I've done High Halls and he's not in Songclave yet. You probably have to save. I'm not sure. I mean, well, I can tell you definitely if you pick up the threefold melody, like one of the parts of the threefold melody from the conductor is definitely probably a trigger for it. But all I know is that on my last playthrough, after I did the High Halls Gauntlet with Chakra, I saw Gerben in Songclave not long after. So yeah. But I do not remember if that was after I picked up the threefold melody from the conductor in High Halls or not. Was my arm hurting? That was a weird sensation. But yeah, I'm just going off of what happened in my last playthrough. We're coming all this way, take a few beads. You've well earned them. These times are hard, so fresh supplies are always welcome. Bugs arrive here with nothing, and often leave with, without much more. Alright. Not too far off in that Steel Soul boss, which I'm not doing right now. Let's go back to Songclave and then do the, or not Songclave, where is it? Belhart, and do the Pilgrim's Rest mission. Actually, I know for a fact it's just doing the High Halls Gauntlet, because in my first playthrough, you can look, I didn't even get Chakra's help when I first did the High Halls Gauntlet, and then after a certain point, when getting the threefold melody from over there, I went back to Songclave, and Gurman was just chilling there. So I know for a fact it's just doing High Halls and then getting the threefold melody. Interesting, I'm going to test that really quick. Yeah, but that's probably the trigger for it. Alright. Pilgrim's Rest, well, we're not doing that. Songclave, Lord have mercy. Oh, wait, no. Thought about Bone Bottom. Pilgrim's Rest, supplies. Deliveries for the way station in the fields at Farloom's Edge and small rest stop still serving. This journey is maybe not so... Wait. This journey is maybe not so very hard for you, Miss Courier. We think you is perfect for this wish. Alright, deliveries for the Mount in Pilgrim's Rest. Or Mort in... Deliver supplies to Mort in Pilgrim's Rest. And then... Deliver to Pilgrim's Rest. Yeah, so the dialogue's basically the same. It's just the only thing that changes is where you will be going. You know something I should do? Hold on. Let us throw this on because I do want to say I use one of each. One of each thingamabob. They picked up the Morwing's body, I just didn't see it. I do not remember where I'm going. Down. Okay. So just straight across. Almost there. Right here. Well, at least it seems like I have an average hit count before I get there.
Hasbin?
Sir Pilgrim, I bring supplies from Belhart, for the aid of travelers who pass this way station. Such service. It seems our prayers do not go completely unheard. Many a small wish will be granted by these supplies. Pilgrim's Rest, we did it. So there's just a few deliveries left I can think that can be made. For your efforts, take these rosaries as payment. May they not lay too heavy upon your shell. We pilgrims provide for each other, living or dead. Sharing is a sign of devotion, particularly for those who give. Okay. Because I actually do not remember where I benched. If I did, I will take this way back up. What am I doing? No, this will be faster unironically. It's also better because I'm lazy. Alright, so that's 2 of the main villages delivered. Now we just need to do Songclave, which I've never enjoyed, that one specifically. And then there's the, in theory, the lacquer we have to sell to the, or not sell, give to the mask maker. Bone Bottom Songclave, I guess I'll do this one then. As best I can, anyway. Up the big citadel. A new place we heard is now claimed safely safe. Or safety safe? Yeah, safety safe. These 2 needing our deliveries. We is sure. That citadel, we know its truths. Not so nicely nice as pilgrims tell, even if brave bugs would settle. Danger still is close. They would need deliverings for food, for healing, for protection. Take these. Please take them, Miss Courier. God, so hard to read that. The exact same. Delivered Songclave. Alright, I just need to think about what the best route up there is, actually. I hate the fact that it looks like, actually, the best route is going to be up through Sinner's Road. I utterly despise it. I'll try it. I'll try it if nothing else. Let us see if we can spot the Moorwing's body. There it is. What? How about I actually pay attention where I'm going? Looked away for a second. Do not remember where I'm going, clearly. Where above me? Go away. I just need to go up and around through the, yeah, I guess it'd be remains. The remains of my favorite area in the game, the mist. That is now just this. Just go up through here, right? Hopefully me taking this elevator does not count as like any real true form of fast travel. Where is it? Is it through here? I don't remember. No, it's not. did not get destroyed, so. That was close. Further over still. Okay, that was smooth even by my standards. We cannot take the Ventrica station. Further up still. Of course. From. I think this is the right, yeah. And it is over here. Taking the chance. There we go. Okay, that was actually the easiest delivery I've ever made to Songclave. Caretaker, I bring supplies from the town of Bells below the Citadel. And badly needed they are, Miss Bellringer. Ain't much finding or foraging happening with these mobs. Or with this mob, sorry. What with them choir types all stalking about the chambers beside. I'm still very proud of that ascent through the exhaust way, though. Take some beads for your efforts, Miss Bellringer, and know this: sad lot will be surviving a little longer thanks to you.
Not a miss.
What?
Gafama.
Oh, that was new dialogue, I think. God damn it! I thought that was just going to be the same. You keep at all that help, and you're gonna start inspiring it in others. You best think serious about what effects you might be causing, Bellringer. Too much hope could prove a dangerous thing, especially for all these bugs starved so long of it. Alright, we got it. Nope. Okay, so this is for the missing, lost merchant again. Residents of Songclave. Our dear merchant left to scavenge treasures from the Citadel's memoriam. She's been gone for too long, or far too long. Please make sure she's safe. Search for traces of the merchant, Jubilana. I think, right? Jubilana. I'm not sure how else to say it. In tracker location, Jubilana was last seen near the Citadel's memorial. I do not need the flavor anymore explicitly, so... Plus, I can say I used it now. Even if it was just for a quest.
Yeah.
Really? It is through here, I'm thinking, right? Yeah. Hopefully one of those big Dratefly things show up. Sure enough. Alright, Drape Lord. Elder Dratefly grown big from age and consumption. Its heavy body allows it to hit much harder than its younger companions. 3 of them. One of the rarest mobs in the entire game. Oh. Fuck that. Okay. I might just equip a different crest for this because I'm not sure if I was paying attention. No, I'm thinking about it was definitely full health. Not taking the chance, sorry. Come on, man. Wait, oh, that's why. I got hit by that guy. Should be fine enough with the tools I have specifically. Okay, there's one. There we go. There we go. And we also got one of the things we needed. So we have the max of the skewered organs now for the Huntress's quest. Now we just need seared and shredded organs. Well, well, if it isn't my very own shadow, the clever little red cloak. You still follow me around, trying to pinch away some of the goodies I sniff off?
Hironare.
You mistake my intent, ma'am. Somewhat, ingenuously. The pilgrims of the settlement below were worried by your long absence, and it was on their behalf I tracked you once again. Is that so? What a worrying bunch of busybodies they are. I'm still able to fend for myself. And perhaps 'twas a warm thing that I remain in their thoughts so. I hadn't expected that, and I can't deny that you two have done me a good turn once more. That awful flock almost had me. Truth be told, and I still have to worry or wonder at your intentions, dear one. But bless you all the same. Did I say wander? Wonder. Now, why don't you hurry back to the shrine and let them all know what a good job you've done. There might be a few more goodies to gather up on my way back. And I don't need you lingering around in the meantime. Blessings and farewell. There must be a few more goodies yeah. Alright, we got that. Actually, I can bench warp now. I also have to... Wait, no, the thing's completed now, right? Other than looking back over the completed quests. Oh, here? God damn it. Greetings. 'Twas a good deed you did up there, up above, dear one, saving me from them screeching flocks. Not seen the likes of it in a long, long time. I've returned with all sorts of new goodies, too. Let's see if anything I've scavenged will fit your fancy. Alright, so Spider Strings is wondering when I was going to get this. Hold this while making music and you'll soon hear its function amplify songs. It does. Send it out full and bright. Ideal if you're planning on performing for a crowd. Half a spider's spool. You just have to find its match. Them old weavers built such fine things, alright. They're all long dead, but their craftwork still gleams bright. Crafty types used to go all a clamor for this metal. It's not much to look at, but I still remember its value. A precious order passed down by the holy conductors. Rare now to find these old texts, and rarer still to find a bug able to read them. Okay, so this is the first time we're getting because this is the most expensive. And this completes yet another spool for us, and I think we might have like 4 more to collect now. Not too many, just in general, unless. Yeah. Stop and share some of your groceries before scurrying off again, dear one. I'm sure you have something that, that's to your liking. Might as well get these. It'll make getting dialogue from a lot of the creatures easier. There we go. Another one of these. Spider strings. Sophisticated weaver device resonates with music resonates with music played to amplify and enhance its performance. Expands and strengthens the effect of the needle, and so it'll just make getting dialogue easier. In that sense, it's just a worse version of what's it called? Was it Dreamcatcher? I don't remember. From Hollow Knight, the thing that made doing the dream nail thing easier. Let me remove this because I think we already got the journal entry for the Drape Flies, or Drape Lord. Where is it? Yep. Greed will always see some bugs swell above their kin. Alright, we have that. Got rid of that pen. I guess I can mark this one in silver now, just to make it more clear what I have to do there. I am starting to get to a position where I'm considering going after either the Savage Beastfly or Groal himself, but I do want to prep a little bit more. I might kill the Savage Beastfly at this point, if I'm being honest. But I will have to go in that direction anyway because of, the, what's it called? What are you doing? Hornet. There we go. Grand Bellway. Sorry, I was looking over some on my PC. I need to think, because I have another cross metal. I think there's still the saw wheel thing, that we can get from. I did not mean to do that. Actually, I might as well do that right now. Now that I think about it, let me first get this bench over here, and then let me go down to Underworks, get the saw wheel, whatever it's called. Cog wheel. No. I forget. It'll also give us an opportunity to get more, architect dialogue. Red bug, do you need our service? We shall. Oh, I already read that. Alright, cogwheel, there we go. Or cogwork wheel. Tract, make force, yeah. I will get all the Silkshot dialogue eventually, but I have to prepare for that first. Okay, so new tool, cogwork wheel. Expanding circular blade powered by a cogwork motor. Propels forward and slicing through foes. We got a large amount of most of the tools at this point, which is good. I can bench warp now. So a little bit more prep work before I'm going to consider either doing Beast Fly or Groal. But at the end of the day, I am running it back with Groal eventually. It's just a matter of when. Once I'm prepared. Where am I? Oh. Might have to consider doing high hauls, if I'm being honest. Just might have to consider doing that. But I do still need to find, like, the last few Gurman locations. What is something... I guess there is the Wisp Thicket, but that is threatening, at the very least. There's Underworks, too, but a lot of the enemies there suck to fight. I might do Laguli right now. That is a no. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I think it's time for me to fight Beastfly because I'm gonna get off the place. Where is it? I'm trying to Farfields. Let me think about tools to actually bring into this instead. Because I'm aware you can, like, pogo on Savage Beastfly with this and stuff, and it is actually very effective. But my concern is, like, all the other mobs and stuff. Part of me does just want to do this. Where is it? Right here, right? And then do this. I'm not even sure what other, like, tool... I guess there's this, yeah. Don't need this. So I can add something like either the shell satchel or the magnetite dice, but I think I'll just do this. I'll pick a less threatening boss to use some of the other tools on. Stand this boss. Starting to think that the curve sickle is not going to work because of how mobile it is. I need something like and also it's not going to be very good at dealing with the termites either. Something I can just throw out and it'll do passive damage. This thing's so hard to read. I do want to do this with the Reaper Crest, but at the same time, I need something that gives me more stability. And also, I hate this boss. Actually, yeah, hold up. No, I'll stick with Silk Spear. So we can also more effectively fight with it. I love the way that Silk Spear didn't kill the termite. What did I literally had nowhere to go? Did you get Needle 3 yet? No, because I don't have the means to. I still have to fight Leguli, and then there's the Courier Rasher that I need to get for the pale oil in like the banquet hall in the Citadel, and the only other one I can think to access, I have to do Cogwork Dancers before that. So no. But even then, I shouldn't be struggling because I have Hollow Purple and Pullet Pouch. But it's just this boss is so dumb. That's the only reason why I'm struggling. Wow, too, because one just wasn't enough, right? That was literally just a wholly unblockable situation. The Beastfly was taking the platforms from under me. The one he didn't take had an explosive. I don't think I had enough well, I don't even know how I would have did a claw line out of there. Because then I would have had to have, fought that other thing, which would have likely shot directly at me. I just can't stand this boss. Actually, let me equip what's it called? with hollow purple, by the way, at max damage. Just so everyone's clear, max tool damage. Hollow purple. Least favorite boss is either this or Groal, but I lean towards Groal more, because at least with this boss, he doesn't have a gauntlet in front of it. And you can just immediately retry it for the most part. It's just, you know, he takes platforms away for some reason. Look, like, it's just ridiculous. All because I was more concerned with not taking damage from that thing. Mine is unraveled. I can understand that, but the thing about the unraveled is you can kill it way more efficiently than you can kill Groal or Savage Beastfly, just because of how the boss works. There's not a single situation where you will not be able to set up a form of contact damage with, example, like tax or anything like that with the unraveled. Sure, it disappears during certain parts of the fight, but with Groal, he just chooses to disappear for long portions of the fight, send annoying swaths of enemies at you that will probably take you down to half health before he even shows back up again. And he has more stage hazards than even Beastfly. At least with a lot of the enemies that the Unravel sends at you, you can deal with them in a more meaningful fashion than any of the Stiltkin. Who, the Stiltkin are literally designed to perpetually run away and be annoying. So that's why I think Groal is worse. Because even the termites, you can deal with them somewhat effectively. Hold on, what do I have on my... Is there another yellow tool I can have instead of the compass? One that'll actually help, I guess, the dice. Not all I can use. Nope. Just to really reiterate how strong Volt Vessel is, because I do not believe they actually nerfed Volt Vessel. Weirdly enough, you think they would have, but they have not. But Volt Vessel is basically like Gojo hitting someone with a 300% hollow purple. Like, you should not be walking away from that. It's kind of fun to route Groal, run back after getting the bench. But yeah, see where your frustration comes from. And yeah, and at least with the Unraveled and Beastfly, like I said, you can immediately start the fight without having to worry about expending any form of resources, whether it be healing tools, etc. Groal, because of everything he puts in front of you just to fight him. That's still the thing I do not understand why Team Cherry did what they did when they nerfed Morwing and Sister Splinter, but they left Groal untouched. And the only things they, quote, nerfed around Groal is skips relating Groal. The only reason why they patched Volt Vessel Pogo is because it allows you to skip Groal. That's the only reason why they patched it, I know for a fact. They want players to suffer through this abomination for some reason. And at a certain point, the boss does not become optional. It's a mandatory fight in Act 3. You're not avoiding him one way or another. So, yeah. I kind of have a thing against this boss specifically. Full strength hollow purples, by the way. There's nothing... Tell you what. I'll tell you what. Silk speed injectors actually will be very useful for this fight in particular. Actually, no. Off screen is also just disgusting, by the way. Favorite crest, I don't have one. That's a non-existent concept to me. I know there's a lot of people who do, but that is not a concept for me. There's crests I might say I prefer using more than the others, but I recognize them. For me, just because of the mentality I have, that's not... Like, a lot of people, for example, if I was to use something like God of War, they have like a specific weapon. But to quote Kratos himself, after Atreus asked him what his favorite weapon was, he responded with, "They are tools for specific tasks. Preference would be meaningless." And I approach life in a very similar fashion. Horn fragment. Hardened chunk of horned shell collected from a defeated savage beastfly, aka the second worst boss in the entire game. Civilization, civilization encroached from this kingdom's crown, but the lowlands are still ruled by great beasts. Its roar stirs something deep within me, some primal instinct. But yeah, I'm sure there's like crests I have not really used, like the Beast Crest, Architect, and Shaman, and Witch Crest. But just from like this playthrough, I've been trying to use the Reaper Crest primarily, and I've been really liking it. The first playthrough I did, I used this one, the Wanderer's Crest. The last playthrough I did before this one was the Hunters, and I loved all of them. So I'd have a hard time saying I have a least favorite crest. Especially since, from what I have noticed at the very least, a lot of the people who say that, oh, for example, Beast Crest suck, it seems to either not fit their playstyle, or they literally just suck at using the crest in of itself. So their opinion is definitely questionable in that regard. But, yeah, we finally did that. I can take this pin off. Thank the good holy Lord. Now I just have to run across... Actually, let me bench warp. So that way I can equip the flea brew and then just run down there myself. What did I need to do? Yeah. I need the Wanderer's, I was about to call it Wanderer's Compass. Yeah, Beast Crest haters make no sense. Yeah, just, I talked about this, I think, in the stream, the last Silksong stream prior to this one. A lot of people who hate specific crests is either because someone had an easier time using it than they did, and that makes no sense to them. So it's clearly the crest must be bad and not them. Or it's not the crest they use for their playthrough. Or just something like that. It's either some kind of bad experience, or just in their mind, it not making sense because, oh, this one's clearly better. But in reality, it's that, no, you just prefer using, like, a specific crest over that one. Like, for example, people say that, oh, if you use the Wanderer's Crest, you just hold forward and mindlessly attack or whatever, right? And that makes you basic. It's not skill-based or whatever. And if you say use the Hunter's Crest, you're called basic for not switching to a different crest the second you're able to. If you use the Reaper's Crest, it's bad because it attacks slow or something, and its bind is useless, even though I can tell you it's not. Beast Crest, oh, its down pogo is weird. It's, you know. Basically, either skill issues or being heavily opinionated about something. And then assuming your opinion to be the only correct one. But I should not have to explain why that is a very ignorant, at the very least, opinion to have in that regard. I forgot, I need to equip the Flea Brew. Reaper ability is goated. Yeah, I guess another thing that I guess a lot of people fail to understand about the way a lot of these crests are designed, like, each of them have a strength in of themselves. Like, the Hunter's Crest, I would say, is the most, like, balanced out of all the crests. It does not particularly excel at anything, but it also does not fall behind in anything either. And then there's the Reaper Crest, which I would say is the crowd control crest of the game. Like, the way I've been able to handle and maneuver around and deal with specific, like, groups of enemies, it has just been the easiest I've ever been able to compared to other crests. Then, like, the Wanderer's Crest, I would say, is best suited for single combat against, like, a boss or something, for example, right? But it struggles against crowds of enemies. Beast Crest is the definition of high skill, high risk, high reward. It rewards you for being very aggressive, but also mindful of your surroundings because of how its heal works. And apparently, if you take damage with it, while you have, like, the beast buff active, if you take damage, it actually slows down your attack speed, further incentivizing you to actually be mindful about what you're doing. The Architect Crest, obviously, is the tool crest of the game. It incentivizes you to not just use your tools, but understand your tools and how to better use them and what combos work with whatever, you know, tool combinations, right? I've not really used the Witch or the... Well, obviously the Shaman Crest is like the spell crest of the game. It rewards you for using spells and stuff and being mindful of how to use your spells and the most efficient way to get soaked to use spells more. The Witch Crest is the only one I've the least experience with, period, so I could not really tell you what it... you know, what its strength is. But each of them, I can tell, they do have a specific strength. God damn it, I have to start over. There we go. Alright, now we drop down here to get some very important lore, actually. So if we go over here, I think there's nothing over here. We can try playing the needle in to make these little dudes activate. To no avail, but this is implied to be a staging ground in the story that the Weavers used to plan their escape from Farloom. As you can see, it shows outwards towards the, not just the outskirts of Farloom, but the wastelands in of themselves. Right here is a rune harp, right? Yep, rune harp. So that is the only other one in the world we can find. The last one is in the High Halls after Act 3. Wait, it does? I thought it only lowered the time you were in Fury by like 2.5 seconds. It does, but I think it also lowers your attack speed. Like, I saw a video talking about it. Or not even a video, but specifically a comment that was further elaborating on stuff that, you know, the Beast Crest does and how it is affected by different things. But yeah, just all the crests, they have like specific uses. And they have specific strengths and weaknesses. And based off of whatever playstyle you prefer the most, there is no bad crest. Despite what many would have you believe, whatever Puritans would have you believe, right? So, right here we see a rune depicting paths away from Farloom. So, like I said, the Weavers use this specific Atla, or Weave Nest, as a staging ground to plan their escape from Farloom. To plan their escape from, Grandmother Silk. And the thing I've noticed about a lot of the Weaver Atlas is a lot of them seem to have been made for specific purposes, and even the ones that are dilapidated and forgotten, you still get an idea of why they were made. Like, the Weave Nest Atla was made in an effort by the Weavers to create a silk-based entity. I do not remember exactly what for, but if I recall correctly, it was to try and have someone strong enough to fight Grandmother Silk. Though the weave nest over here, I'm not exactly sure what the purpose of it was, I'll be honest. I'd have to look back through it when I eventually revisit it, and take a good look around to get an idea of what it might have been used for. Up here, this area over here, if you look around, like, the stuff in it, it's implied to be a weaver nest, but just a long since fallen to ruin one, even more so compared to the others. And it seems like what they were doing over on this side of Farloom was communing with the Fey Beast, or whatever it's called again. Yeah, I do not remember the name of the bird that shows up here. But the implication is that the Weavers communed with it for one reason or another. Then there's the Weave Nest over here in, Biowaters that they use to make weapons, basically. This is like, their tech place, is another way of saying it. And then there's evidence that they try to do something out here, because you find a rune harp that is activatable. And it seems like all the Weavers did was, like, try to preserve this place for historical reasons. You'd be like, hey, this place was once full of, like, life. Like, the water ran clear, so let's remember that that was a thing. Right? And that was just from the weave nests that we can find, or we have an idea of where they are. There's the one in the abyss that we cannot reach just yet. But the purpose of this weaver nest was to plan their escape. So this would have been, in theory, one of the last few weaver nests ever built. Just in general. Because they were very soon after going to leave Farloom. Yeah, I personally prefer Hunter because it's mostly based on adding movement to your combat, being able to weave between enemies, yeah. But we got that, so we can leave now. I think there's only like 2 other Weaver nests we have yet to be in. Actually, probably, I know for a fact there's the one in the Abyss we have yet to be in, but I do not remember there being any other Weaver nests. And if you pay attention, the Weaver nests are built as far away from the Citadel as possible, or they're built in locations that it's very difficult for the Citadel to reach. So, like, over here, who would want to go in Biowaters? Then this one all the way at the edge of the world down here in Farfields. The one at the Abyss all the way down there. The Weaver nest over here. And over here. And if there was one up here that's long since fallen to ruin, it's at the top of the world. So yeah, just in general, the Weavers were trying to do everything they can to separate themselves from Grandmother Silk and the Citadel. That's just from what we can glean from the remnants of their buildings and stuff. What did I have here? Kerflaw. Now what? Because we basically got everything in far fields. I guess there is deep docks I can do right now, but that sounds cancer. I might as well. I just have to be careful. Because it sucks to do anything around that area specifically. It gets incredibly dangerous. Oh yeah, after I delivered the thing to Songclave, I never checked back with, Hill and, Tip and his brother. There's also, like, some mass shards and, spool fragments here. Speaking of... One problem dealt with, there's still a lot more. Cannot get there just yet, that's where one of the mass fragments is. Oh god. It's either that or take multiple ticks of damage. Which crest is the offensive heal cast crest? Yeah, that's the one thing I know about it, but I'm sure there's other strengths it has, other than just that. Jesus Christ, this is why this area sucks. Probably should have equipped it that one thing, that one tool, the one that makes it where you take less fire damage. But even then, falling into the lava does not prevent you from taking 2 ticks of damage anyway, so... By the way, favorite crest I meant which one matches your playstyle best, if that gets a different answer. Not which one you thought was best. Now that I think about it, in this game specifically, I don't think I really have a particular, like, I guess as of right, but no, I still really like the Reaper crest. I do lean more towards the Hunter crest and Wanderer's crest, because I tend to lean towards, like, I guess if I was to use, like, Dark Souls, for example, right, I would spec into strength or dexterity rather than anything like magic related, if that makes sense. So because of that and how the Wanderers and Hunter crest works, they end up being like some of the highest DPS crests in the game. So I do lean more towards them than other crests. But even still, I'm not sure I even have a crest that would fit a playstyle. Because of the crest slots on top of that, I can even change some of the crests to fit my playstyle a little bit better. But yeah, just in general, until I've used all of them properly, like for a full playthrough, it would be very difficult for me to pick one. What? Am I out of shell shards? Wow. Okay. Apparently I'm out. Thanks, Savage Beastfly, you fucking cunt. Looks like I either have to buy some shell shards or grind them from the enemies and stuff. This is not the right route. I also have to kill the 2 guys again. That sucks. the after effects. The fact that that sits for longer than it has any business to. No, I don't have. I'll loop back around. I'm just trying to get this small fragment. Warning, are you serious? Slide drain you, yeah, apparently. I had full shell shards, by the way, 700. If I recall correctly, there is a... Way to belt increase side frames, by the way. I did not know that about. That is very useful. Thank you. Generally, that is extremely useful information. Apparently there's a flea right next to me or something. So either I have to get up into something. Oh wait, no, I know how to get to it, I think. I have to, like, loop around through here or so. But just because of how low health I am, I would prefer to bench warp right now. This also gives me an opportunity to go to Songclave, or not Songclave, Belheart, and buy some shell shards. Belheart. Left enough, yeah.
Finel Pinek.
Bobo, yeah.
I'll buy 4 of these for now. And see what amount that gives me. My 3.
Lelo Slam.
Yes. No. I'll have to look up here, see if the lack is available. It is not. Okay. It's
You
just the courier's
finished?
rusher. Chakras. Actually, we haven't got all the maps yet. That's why. I was about to say. Ooh, God, that was a bad stutter. I was about to say chakra has not shown up here yet. Okay, we got that. So now I just need to focus my efforts on going this direction. Be very mindful of my surroundings. Ava. Farfield. Hit the ring, yeah, I know that summons her, but we do not really need to right now, which is why I did not. Oh, come on. Jesus. Really? I could in theory sleep. Thank you, multi-blind. brother. I know you're not that blind, about to say. Actually supposed to be grown, like the groaning of metal under extreme heat. If I get hit at all, do not express my okay, maybe I'll try You fighting Four Brothers now? No. I'm just trying to get into that area. Or more specifically, make that area more accessible. Because this part of Deep Docks down here, this part specifically just sucks to deal with. Like, in totality. It is not fun. Right now. I'm upgrading my needle. Or at least getting one upgrade for it. Either that or changing my crest. That's the only two things I can think to do. Yeah, I guess I could, in theory, like, change to Wanderer's Crest, actually. Actually, I like the sound of that. I'll just come back there when I get a needle. Because I think those were the last two enemies, but still, it's just a ridiculous gauntlet. From killing one of the little guys, one of these, from, where is it? For killing one of these dudes, apparently, that warrants this dude showing up. Lord Jesus. I have a bad heart, too, so doing something that stressful is not good for me. I guess I can start working on getting some of this stuff. Seared organs, I just need fire. How many more do I need, actually? I don't remember. 5, and then a lot of this serrated stuff. Man, I'm actually not sure what to do. Well, there is the Wisp Thicket. Even though it's not any better, if I'm being honest. All the enemies there do bare minimum 2 damage. Unless I equip, I just realized. Where is it? Warding Bell, right? Is it a blue tool? I don't remember, yeah. Oh, we're going to do... Where is it again? Raymore. Sorry. I had to do something on my PC. It's fully annoying. Where's the fast? Oh, I actually ran past the fastest way up there. Here, new, yeah. Miss Grown-Up has returned. Miss Grown-Up has hunted much, so soon it's time for New to venture out. She thinks. Keep your sights keen. To meet in the wilds would be a delight. So, obviously, everything on this side, where is it? Everything on this side for these enemies, I've already killed, so I will just basically be running past them. To get the mass shard and then I'll leave. Lord have mercy. Wow. Mass shard acquired. I hope to God. What's this? Alright. Nice and easy. There we go. Now, this will be my first time exploring anything on this side, though, so I will have to be mindful, especially since I am electing to kill everything. It is a good thing to know that it makes it to where I do not take too massive damage even from the explosions. Above me is the path that leads towards, what was it called again? The Burn Father or something like that? I do need rosaries. No, wait, this leads to Underworks. And a craft metal, I think, yeah. So once we visit the high halls, we'll actually be able to get the cog flies without having to backtrack. Too tired, too hungry. Heat and quiet. Toil no more. Heat and quiet. In dark forgotten. Heat and quiet. I think that is everything. Oh, please. Even if it has a slower swing speed, that definitely will not. Everything in this place is just unnecessarily dangerous. To an annoying degree. For such a small area, you really think it would not be that much of an issue. You know. Do not care. Not remember what is down here, actually. Wow, shell shards. Actually, I guess I will not complain too much. I do kind of need them. Not as much as before, but still. A weaver to be. Put a healthy amount in our pockets. Underworks. So eventually we have to wrap back around to there. Clearly I do not remember how this goes. quickly try to play the needle in here and see if this guy has anything to say. Nope. Oh, please. Point it. Thank you, multi-bind. Cannot believe, now that I think about it, I called this specific tool garbage when I first played the game. I guess, quick charge or whatever it's called from Hollow Knight put a bad taste in my mouth. Alright, that is all that. So, now we're directly under the Underworks, not too far off from the one other spot in the Underworks. We can actually... Actually, we're not too far from the Vetrica station. I was trying to avoid that because if I remember correctly, that actually does, like, fall on top of you and do damage to you. But we have all that figured out, so now I can just bench warp and go back, to where we were before. We freed that, we freed that flea down there. So, now we just have to worry about the burn father, whatever it's called. I forget. Actually, other than a tool, I'm not sure what else we get from this area. Yeah, deep focus. There we go. No, it wasn't deep focus. Oh yeah, it was deep focus. Sucked on Hollow Knight, but multi-bind is goated. It's probably also just because of how the heals work, respective in both of the games. As well, that makes it much more preferable. I did not remember them actually showing up to jump you, though. Over here is where Father of the Flame, yeah. This is his boss room. Lovely. Desperation phase. This boss doesn't do any kind of soap drop either, so... remember that being way harder for some reason. Father of the Flame, totem and god built and worshipped by the burning bugs. The remnants of an aged bug were housed at the pyre's heart. The structure suggests they wished to they wished for immolation. Sorry, my brain just completely stopped working. If so, I have seen their wish granted. First try. Wisp Fire Lantern. What a lot of people called one of the worst worst tools in the entire game. I'm not exactly sure how true that is. I'd have to try for myself. Broken iron lantern containing smoldering wisp fire. Wisps will spawn from the lantern and burn foes at cost of silk. Oh, the body's gone. One thing I could have done actually is try to get needle and dialogue from it. I'm not sure I would have had any, just because of the nature of what it is. But that is the Wisp Thicket area done. Oh, okay, that is interesting. So after you kill the Father of the Flame, all the Wisp Thicket guys just commit suicide. Yeah, they just straight explode by default. Not sure why. Other than, you know, them being mad I killed their god or whatever. Might as well bench. And remove this because I no longer need it. Throw on Weaver Light. Map is fully updated. I think there's a spot right here I can go to in between there. I do not remember, but that is another area fully crossed off the map. Sinner's Road. I probably should do Laguli at this point, because now I'm just putting off the fight. It's not like I'd be going in weak. Have Vault Vessel and fully upgraded Tool Pouch. The only other thing I can do is go down here and then bring the fleas up to here. Right here. Still not quite ready for groal, if I'm being honest. I guess one thing I can try to do is this boss fight right here. Actually, I have another... No, I know what the other craft metal's for. Never mind. I could have actually gone up through... No, never mind. It's just figuring out where to go now. Because there is still the entirety of Underworks, but this gauntlet over here is... I guess in theory, let me get access to this, and I would be able to... No. It is looking like Laguli will just be an easier option. The only other thing I could do right now is try to go for another mass shard, just to make things easier for myself. But I'm not. I actually do not remember where another one would. At least one I could easily access. I know where one is right now, but that is in the slab. So get out the way. I think it's time I do Ghoulie though. There's no way New actually makes her way through the... Because technically the Father of the Flame has a corpse that can be scavenged through, but I'm not sure it would actually interest New. Okay, now I just need to... It's not that far across, actually. I will have to drop down here and go around so I can actually open the gate, though. Deal with all the enemies on the way down. I already killed everything in there already, so that's why I kind of ignored everything. I will try this with just what I have, and if it goes poorly, I will switch out to something different. I guess something I can do, definitely get some interesting dialogue out of it, is trying to needle in everything here. From the works to sustain, the holy gift. Alright, that's a new lore entry. Roach server. Brutish cook responsible for dicing muckroach meat into edible portions. I say, in my save, that I did the under 5 hours achievement in Gurman is not in Songclave yet, so it must be something else. Could be. For work to sustain, a holy gift. Is this enough? I did not see what this said. Reaper Crest Mine sucks, by the way. Ooh, you can parry that? I don't even know what hit me. Good to know you can parry that. Alright, I'm going in with like a vault vessel and stuff. I was not too far from killing her though. Move Weaver Light, throw on this. Do not need this. Or this, so I can throw these on. I guess in theory, just for the first half of the fight, I can equip this to increase the effects of that thing. What tool should I use, though? Wrong tab. There's long pins. I haven't tried those yet. Or these. Actually, let me do this one instead. Yeah. And let me also do this, I guess. Another parry has been discovered. The funny thing is, there's actually a lot more parries in this game than there were in Hollow Knight, because all the crests, technically, because of their altered hitboxes and stuff, they operate differently. So, the way you would parry for, like, the Wanderer's Crest, for example, is not the way you would parry for, the Hunter or Reaper Crest. And so on and so forth. You could get more nail hits in, yeah. once Laguli shows up, we can try using the... Is this enough? Is this enough? Crave it, serve it, stew it. A holy gift. You can tell I never really used the cog wheels. Really? I heard Poison Flint Slate did less damage. You know if that's true? I have no idea. I've rarely used the Flint Slate by itself, believe it or not, aside from the one quest that you need it for. I guess since I did try that out, I can try something else out, like, this, I guess. Go straight fire damage. Let's use this. Jesus Christ, Mike is a little quiet, by the way. Alright. Let me lower the game volume a little bit. Like maybe around there, I guess, and then raise mine up. I was facing away from the mic a bit when I said that. Thank you, Magatite Dice. Forgot his name for a second. Nice! Very easy battle. Disgraced Chef Laguli, once exalted chef exiled from the Citadel for repeated culinary crimes. Better now. Could be a little higher, but it's good. I tried to keep my mic low on purpose, just in case, you know, I get too close to it, and because of that I get louder as a result. Returned to their home caves, the chef continued to devise delicacies too repulsive for any bug still sane. And this is where we get the last ingredient, realistically, other than the courier's rasher. Alright, so now we have 5 full rows. Pickled muck maggots. A pungent delicacy preserved in roach brine. The most famous creation of the disgraced chef Leguli. W. Dice, yeah. So, no, we're not too far off from getting like one other item that would fill up the inventory in another bit. I don't think I've ever seen 6 rows now I think about it. So, if we come back here, above us, there's a secret that we have to worry about getting. In fact, we can already see it to some extent, I think. Right? No, hold on. Yeah, it'd be like up here. So I need to put a orange marker here, I suppose. We need silksong to get it. Could fight Sentinel now. Could I? No, I'd need to get the other heart first. I actually don't even remember where it is. Weaver lights. Remove this. Equip this. Remove that. Equip that. Remove this. Equip this. Move this and equip that. There we go. The only other thing I could do right now is let the green prints out so I could actually... No, I would have to come back here anyway. But I guess... No, this is an Act 3 thing. Before I do Cogwork Dancers, I will have to let them out, though. Memoriam, High Halls, and... Yeah, I got the other two except... the High Halls one. Well, no. One of them was in the Citadel itself. The other one was in Memoriam, like you said. And the last one, I think, is in High Halls. Or is in the Whispering... No, I don't think it is in the Whispering Vaults. There we go. Well, we got Leguli. I can do the Courier's Rasher now. I am going to hold off, believe it or not. One thing I can do is start working on getting the rest of the stuff I need. Of course you darted in the direction I was going for no other reason other than to be a nuisance. I just realized, did I also get the journal entry for... Where would they be? Yeah, this. Could their actions be called skill? I see only a crude mangling of meat, yet I wonder before the haunting snared their minds, was it any different? Alright, we got basically all the Sinner's Road entries. Basically all of them. I do not believe there's any others, now I think about it. Favorite boss? Phantomid is not close. The only other one I could think that might be up there is Carmelita. Maybe one of Lace's fights, perhaps like First Sinner or Widow, but it is just unequivocally Phantom for me. Now what? There's this stuff down here. I think I should go to do the stuff in the Sands of Karat. That is a really fun fight, yeah. It also gives me the conch thing I forget the name of. Actually, I should probably... I just realized a more efficient way to go about this. Well, in quotation. No, actually, it is more efficient. Hold on. Bellheart. I'm also not sure when, what the trigger for the Bellheart stuff is. Because this guy's supposed to give me a key to it. Bone Bottom, Pilgrim's Rest, Courier's Ration. My favorite Sentinel. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a very good one. At least I thought it was extremely memorable. What was I trying to... Oh yeah, the fleas. Have you fought Gurman yet, by the way? No, I have not. I plan on doing it this playthrough. I don't like you. They will be able to go up here though in a minute because I have found it. What is this one? Oh, I know which one that one is. The slab. I should visit the slab soon. Should probably do it soon before you can. Yeah, that's the plan. Alright, let me talk to Mushka. Look, Miss Hornet, I see the many lively fleas that form our caravan. Thanks to you and your hunting, so many are here, and all are eager to travel again. We had once wished to match the number of our fabled past, yet now we may even have exceeded them.
That's fine.
It is a welcome sight, Flea Master, and the playful cheer about the caravan suggests you are a fine steward to the troop. Such kind words, Miss Hornet. How lucky we are to have found a friend so fair. How did you get to Mount Fae without doing the slab? You can run technically straight through the slab without ever accessing the slab proper. And that's how you get into Mount Fae without accessing the slab. Because from the Citadel, there's literally a straight line across where you get access to the slab. The rest of it's just locked off from you until either you get captured or you find the apostate key in Putrid Ducks. So that's how. But now we must away. These moors have been our hosts long enough. It is time to climb and hoist towards drier caves. Good friend to fleas, would you join us on this next journey? Yes. Wonderful, wonderful. The fleas will be overjoyed to share this journey, or this next journey, with our favorite companion. Let us away. Can you still get captured? I think I missed the point for it. I tried figuring out what specifically the trigger was that would make all of the fly wardens disappear. Other than progressing past a certain point in Act 2 or doing a certain number of things in Act 2, I have no idea what the trigger is. Because they were there for a minute, and even after I went into the one part of the slab, they didn't disappear, but after a while they just ceased to exist for whatever reason. Another journey completes, and a new high spot for our rest, upon the doorstep of that mighty citadel, no less. That rhymed. It is fortune that all of your companions survived the trek, Flea Master. The howling rise beside and the tangled wood before it both claim the lives of countless bugs. Interesting. Yeah, I have no idea what the trigger is that makes them go away. I mean, I know one thing I guarantee is that if you enter the slab proper before getting captured, it makes them all disappear, but I have no idea, because I never entered the slab proper. The only thing I could think that triggered their disappearance was my acquiring of the apostate key. But even then, I'm not sure that's what it was, for some reason. I think it was something else before that. Indeed, a precious a precious ascent. Or a perilous ascent, not precious. Perilous ascent. Maybe it was your company that brought us luck, Miss Hornet. It surely put us, fleas at ease to have you and your weapon riding close. Ah, and before the road steals you away from us again, allow me to offer you a humble gift.
Yanaga Mushke.
Fey down cloak. For some reason, I do not believe that's what it was. Because even after I picked up the Fey down cloak, they were still there. And I was trying. I would have needed to acquire the Fey down cloak anyway. I think to be able to access a certain part of Whispering Vaults to be able to get the because I was trying to get the interaction with the jailers. With the Cursed Bud, because you can skip the whole thing without getting your stuff back. Yeah, I'm not sure what did it. All I know is I would have needed the double jump to get to the Cursed Bud anyway. At least I'm fairly certain. I'm not sure. I mean, I do have to do another playthrough anyway. Curse interaction. If you have the Cursed Bud in your inventory, and the jailers try to jail you, something happens. That's all I'll say. You can try to figure out how to get that interaction yourself, because I never figured it out. Unless I routed something incorrectly. One of the little ones found a pale artifact while digging about in the sands. A spinny, cold sort of thing. I see no use in it for we fleas. So, of course, we are all too pleased, eager even, to bestow it upon our dear friend. I think we're 2 away from having maxed out Silk. If I recall correctly. Because I definitely don't have it. Yeah, that's not enough. Did I get another tool? No, that was just highlighted for no reason.
Hushka Mikri.
We'll camp here for a time before moving onwards. Yeah.
Hushka Mikri.
Ushka Meekly. What do you have to say about this place? The bellowing sandlands was full of much danger. We was almost lost poor Varga to hungry worms as we travel up. That was a guess, not a question about. Oh. Stream's a little delayed, I see. Sadly, he is finding way here after all. Har, it is only just. Grishkin and Varga is great friends. It's like all fleas. It's like all fleas is being. It's definitely. You have luck, Miss Hornet, to lack the fur of we fleas. All the blowy sand of that place is getting very stuck inside. You have anything to say?
Garbage.
I am not speaking with you. Okay. So we have this. Now we can go up to the sands and get this bench, travel up through here, and attempt this fight. We do almost have, like, full proper silk now. I do think there are just, like, around two spool fragments missing. I know for a fact there's one in High Halls. I do not remember where the other one is. Okay, let me think about what to even equip for this fight, because I do want something different. Well, for one, remove that. This will not help. Well, neither of these will help. I've yet to use this, but I want to use it on an enemy actually I'm familiar with, so that way I don't die. Blue tools. I'm not actually sure. I guess I'll throw this on. Actually, no, let me... yeah, let me throw this on. These... Remove Weaver Light and think about It's useless to me. I could do silk injectors. Because a lot of these tools will not be particularly useful against it because of how it works. I guess I can do flint slate again, and this time flea brew. So that way I can hit it more effectively. Problem with this, Jesus, I forgot. The problem, actually no, I can run through here, I just remembered. Yeah, we can go up from here, so... Is there actually a better bench? Yeah, below me. Ow. Forgot that was there too. Okay. Actually, do not remember. Actually, I definitely told you. Yeah. I remember you almost killing me, yeah. Okay, here we go. Enrage, conch fly. Really? Funny. Really funny. I saw this movement. Oh god, I just realized how close to death I was. By the way, the magnetite dice did not trigger once there, and you'd think they would have. Just need to get in a position where I can stand under it properly. Really? we go. Reaper Crest is bad, by the way. To pair with another is a base instinct, and one that brings some bugs great joy. I once sought similar union, but of my own mates, sorry, none could match my lifespan. So Hornet fucks is all we can gather from that. New is going to show up there, I think, as well. Later. So apparently right here is an optional position. So the Steel Soul quest is actually randomized. So there's a bunch of places in the map where it shows up, and I think right here is one such location where the quest can show up, like one of the altars. And then there's something really interesting over here. There's this ledge here that literally serves no purpose. There's a really funny short someone made talking about it. There's just this random thingamabob up there that does nothing. It's just there for some reason. At water source in Coral's heart, our Lord born last to rule. So, as we can see right here, these are the remains of the civilization of this place. This is the Crust King Khan. Conch Cutter. Spiral weapon fashioned from a hardened conch spiral. Thrown at an angle, it can ricochet and catch prey off guard. So over here's a bench that I will not take. Remember our strength. All lost to fear. Alone against the pale light. Now none to resist but us. All to bow. Remember our strength. Remember our rule. All lost to fear. Alone against the pale light. So that's talking about how that the implication there is they were the last civilization before the Citadel took over everything to fall to the Citadel's might and incur the wrath of the Pale Mother herself. What if in a DLC we can find a new Coral place, a Coral Heart and Water thing? Yeah, I mean, that's what I think. That's what I think they're going to do. A lot of the, like, there's probably going to be a lot of areas in the DLC that are similar to what we would have had in Hollow Knight with the dream stuff. Like the White Palace and stuff. They'll probably give Hornet an ability that allows her to go back and forth between the past. Or something that gives her something very similar to, you know, what the Knight had. That would let us experience that coral area as it once was. Alright, we got all that taken care of now. The only thing left here is the Vault Filament, which I do not think we can reach just yet. There's this stuff over here, which we cannot do just yet either. We're starting to clear out a lot of stuff on the map. I can try going back here, see if there's anything there. But I am starting to think I have to go to the slab. Yeah, Song of the Deep is already that, though. It's more specific. The Song of the Deep was like to access the memories of specific people, though, as I understood it, not to travel directly to the past. And even then, it only aside from Verdania, it did not really let you do much. Unless, you know, once again, the DLC changes that to where we can go up here, play the song again after we defeat Crust King Kong, and we can explore the entirety of this place as it once was. I should find a way to clear these out soon. But I'm gonna be honest, I think the next place I'm going is High Halls. Just to be real. But in general, Verdania was like the only exception. Every other place that we accessed with the Song of the Deep, it just was a specific confined area for the boss. It did not allow us to go back to specific locations and explore them fully. Silksong up to a new Silk memory. It could be a thing. Like, there's a variety of ways they can go about it. We'll just have to find out, though. I mean, we know for a fact they are doing something now, finally. They talked about it. There was an interview they did not that long ago. Team Cherry. Gurman first, don't forget. Yeah, but I think Gurman shows up in High Halls. And I will not be doing the gauntlet either way. I'm not prepared enough. And by not prepared enough, I mean I do not have, what's it called? The Hive Steel Needle. Where am I going? There we go. I'm just accessing it and putting it on the map to have it there. There's also the other cogwork heart piece and then the cog flies and stuff. There's a variety of stuff up there that I want to get. Where's the fastest way to it, though? The Ventrica station, I guess. Oh, the area when I hear High Halls, I think the Gauntlet, yeah. I think a lot of people do. Not without reason. Right, Team Cherry? Jesus. That's the only problem with High Halls. If you don't go out of your way to get into it immediately, it's very just annoying to get to it once you go back for it. Can you get out of the way? Get out! Jesus Christ, can't stand that enemy. Over here. Prom. Oh, I checked and I couldn't find where I couldn't spar with Gurman, even though he wasn't in Songclave yet. Because like he shows up in a number of locations around Songclave, or not Songclave, the Citadel. As I understand it, you actually have to find him in all the different like locations around the map before you get the option to spar with him. Okay, Maestro, choir commander of the High Halls, able to summon and command cogflies at a flick of their baton. Polaris. In terra. I don't like that enemy. There's no good way to deal with it, really. Doesn't matter what crest or tool you use, just because of its nature. Like, he shows up in Sinner's Road, obviously. Wait, did I not put back on? No, I did not. He shows up in Sinner's Road. Obviously, he shows up in, Greymoor. I think there's one other place in the overworld he shows up before he just starts showing up everywhere in Act 3. Like, fighting all the enemies around and stuff. I guess I can actually do this once I get down to it. Do that, apparently that did nothing. Minister, gold-ranked disciple of the choir, and direct servants of the choir conductors. I do not remember this area being that small. There's something else here. At least I think there is. Okay, apparently I'm wrong. The thing about High Halls is it's very difficult to remember the layout of it. The way I ended up being able to more easily remember is just remembering the shape of two towers. Parry guy. Going up here is the hardest tower, just because of the way it's set up, and the enemies. There's no, like, you can't climb off the walls or anything. Flew back up like a coward. I can run past everything for the most part. No, though it's just getting back there. High Hall, excuse me. High Halls, like, it has one of my favorite soundtracks in the Citadel itself, but just the way they have certain parts of it set up is super annoying. I'm gonna go, alright. Thanks for sticking around for so long. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll be back to grind your journal entry later. See ya, alright. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. Go away, please. And thank you. Really? I'm about to switch to a different crest just to make this easier. Because, like, this is just the worst tower out of the rest of them in High Halls to deal with. In fact, that is what I'm going to do. Magnetite dice, silk injector, sure, I guess. I won't have Weaver Light anymore to help generate silk faster, but whatever. We have the ability to crit again.
Olena. Correcto. Vector. Olena. Arrivano. Citera.
Oh, crit, by the way. One rogue dealt with. Really? Christ. Should not have been as hard as it was to deal with them. There's one of the last spool fragments, though. Just drop back down and never come back here ever again.
Olena. Arrivano. Citera. Solaris. Ola Elena. Citera.
Really? This area sucked to deal with, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's why. Okay. Shouldn't be as bad now. Alright, so far we've killed everything. I do not remember what is up here. So we shall go up first. There's also going to be an area somewhere to our left coming up. Not left, right, sorry. Somewhere to our right coming up that is Steel Soul exclusive, so this will be my first time seeing it. Whatever it is. Should be everything on that side. That was close. If you're hoping to get, like, to my sides, you're gonna have a hard time doing that. Not that it mattered. Over here's the cog flies, if I recall correctly, yep. How many craft metals do I have? I think it should be 2, right? Yes. Shell plates and cogs that could be fashioned into a flying automaton. Construct, yes. It's time to get Hollow Purple 2.0. New tool, Cogfly. Winged cog work companion that will seek nearby foes and attack. Let's keep going. Really? You just decided to stop? Okay, whatever. Do not remember. Ugh, stuttered bad there. Remember where this leads. This loops all the way back around to here, yeah. I already killed you, so you can just ignore your existence. You think they would learn after the first few parries? Psalm cylinder. First one of those we got in a long time. That's odd. You should have seen it by now, actually. Well, I know where this is. Frayed rosary string. Above us is, if you did not feel like grinding for them, above us is a place that allows you to get rid of all of the, what are they called? All of the claw maidens. It also immediately gives you the journal entry for them after the fact. Ow. So as you can see right here, we got a large thing of silk that they're all piloted by. Your silk, ours by birth, ours by right, our strength, ours by birth, ours by right, your silk. So, I guess that is what they were programmed to believe. But now they're all dead, so. The funny thing is, I think after Act 3, all the claw mains might disappear by default. And, just cease to exist, in general. Because this area gets destroyed and becomes inaccessible in Act 3. Okay, whatever. Just trying to make sure there's nothing in the roof. But yeah, that's that area done. Let me go back, actually. Actually, it should be, like, right. God damn it. No, let me open this up, so that way it's not as dangerous for me. Get the Ventrica station on top of that. Can finally re-equip. No, I'll keep it on for now. Ventrica station, yes please and thank you. Display, machine displaying a model of the Citadel. Give. High Hall's map. So, like, right here or so, there should be like a thing we can go see. I can remove this pin too. There's, right here is where we get the rosary cannon. Might as well put that there. Let me see if Gurman's over here, actually. No, he's not. Might as well, since it is here. See a bunch of calculators and stuff. This is actually the rosary cannon itself, but we will not do anything with it just yet. Drake flies. Nuisances in every sense of the word. Okay, we have to go around here. Oh, first critical. Lovely. What the hell? Because I don't think I can just... Never mind. Okay, we'll have to chase after all these because I do not have the magnetite brooch equipped. I have to say Hornet. What is this? Pale rosary necklace. Heavy rosary necklace laden with pearl rosaries can be broken, and the rosaries used to trade. Contains 340 rosaries. aka we are never opening that. As I like to have one of each item in my inventory. This also extends to the Souls games. That's how I am in Levis. I really shouldn't do that. That sucks. Well, my life just flashed before my eyes. I should also switch back to... The only reason why I still... It's fine. Wait, I just realized it's not in High Halls. Where is it then? Is it oh, yeah, it is the Memory Vault. Or Whispering Vault. Here's Gun 2. Rosary Cannon. Rosary Cannon. A repurposed mechanism from the base of a rosary stringing machine. Rosaries must be inserted to reload the cannon. Get me out. Yes, cells necessary. It also makes a nice sound. Really? Are you serious, Hornet? So I have a save point. My bad. more go before bench warping. My good holy lord. Maybe I should quit. No, I don't. I'm about to say it. Maybe I should equip. What's it called? Long claw. About that. About that. Actually, should I let her die this playthrough? Because I'll let everyone else die. The Huntress, I mean. Because her quest can go two ways. If you let her die, then a new NPC will show up in her place, which is one of her kids that ate her. Am I dumb or... Should be like over here. Hold on, let me pull up the interactive map because I don't remember. It might have been higher up. Faster, please. Hornet, please. Thank you. Okay, it's actually supposed to be like right in front of me. Passage. What? If this is an area in the game, the current way to access it is unknown. Even on a 100% Steel Soul save file, there is seemingly no way in. Huh. Well, no, I remember there being like a gap in the wall somewhere. Maybe not for this specific thing. Prick over there. Oh, I just realized the crest, the Wanderer's Crest needle thing is way shorter. I mean, I knew that, but on the UI. I mean... Oh my god, I'm just being impatient now. Okay, that might have worked actually, hold on. Nope. Oh, that... The only reason why I'm trying to do it this way is it is definitely harder, yes, but it is also much better than going all the way around and dealing with all the other enemies and stuff. It is substantially better. Really. Go away. Actually, I need you. Come here. Oh, that is going to be genuinely cancerous. Have to drop back down anyway. I remember it being like over there though for some reason. Like over here. I remember there being like a gap in the wall. do not care for your existence. Another thing about it, I haven't seen Gurman. If I remember correctly, he does show up here. Okay, let me just try to drift down here slowly and see if I can find it that way. Because I remember there being like a gap in the wall somewhere over on this side. Okay, no, maybe I was just nuts. There's like a little divot. I'm about to load up my save file and see if I can find it that way. Like my first one. According to... That is so weird. Is it like a cut area? I don't know. I just... Resting site. Apparently a resting site shows up there. What is this? Shell shards, Psalm cylinder, yeah. Needle in dialogue, hidden passage. Yeah. Okay, that is bizarre. In fact, the map has changed. I remember it being higher up, more in the middle. Hold on. I can, because I'll literally be in the exact same spot. I can quickly quit out to my primary file. And then show it off there. But... Oh no. That implies that the gap was right there. I'm not sure if I'm willing to make the trek. As long as I bench warp, it'll be fine. It'll also be nice to wander around without having to worry about death constantly. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I have an idea of what all this is. Yeah, over here. This might be an Act 3 thing, but I also remember it being there from just before. God damn it. I can make it back up that way, though. Yeah. Wow, it killed itself. Is that stupid? Ooh, I can so make that. Hold on. That does not count. Oh, please, you can make that hornet. Wrong way. Wrong button, I guess. Too low. Too low. What? Maybe I should try Pokemon. Oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing that happened. In Act 3. It's not high enough. I don't think there would be anything up there anyway. Does not make any sense. Yeah, there's this little divot here. I guess I can try and act a Steel Soul playthrough, but I'm not sure it will do anything. I mean, especially if the only thing I could think this could mean is like some kind of DLC thing. That's the only thing I could think. But yeah, this is weird. Here I thought I was gonna finally be able to see what the whole dealio with that was. Because I remember finding that in just... What is this here? Oh. I remember finding that just in my regular playthrough and be like, oh, there's a weird little gap here. And try to get into it. Then I read the thing. I was like, before, way back when, it said, oh yeah, this is a Steel Soul thing. I was like, alright, I guess I'll see what that is way later. Now it's like, oh, by the way, we have no idea what that is. Just so you know. And I'm like, oh. Oh, I see. Well, I guess one thing I can do now, because I looked at what time it was. I'm going to try fighting groal. I am going to try fighting groal. Not that I want to, mind you. But I do have cog flies now, so that should make it a lot more tolerable. I'm pulling up with cog flies and vault vessels. Like to see him give me a hard time then. I need both of these for now. Where is it? God, that is so far up. This thing I can't stand about groal the most. Just out of paranoia, hold on, sorry. Just because I'm going in that area is so just disgusting. That's all I can really say. So genuinely disgusting. We done? Looks like we are. No. And there we go. Now I feel more not as concerned. Sorry, I'm on my phone looking at something. Here we go. Need to think. took all stream to get ready for the run back. To get the get back. Sorry, Weaveril, I need this. Do not need this, so... This. We're running low on shell shards. Go away. Least annoying Stiltkin. Honestly, I'll want to take the first right coming up here. Funny. This is the... yeah. Dragging hitbox if I've ever seen one. And, yep, first turn here. Well, getting there was not... No, it was still bad. Actually, no, that stays, and then I'll put magnetite dice here. And instead of this, I will have this. I'm not tolerating his existence longer than I have to. And that ate up more of the remaining few shell shards I have. Because, of course... Oh, I forgot to... God, fuck me. I forgot to equip. What should I have then? God damn it. How many shell shards do I have? Just trying to jump on it. Worst area in the entire game, it is not close. Because asking to go into Groal's arena full soak and full soak, or full health and full soak, is very much so unreasonable. Apparently. Go away. think I used these cog flies too early. Yeah, definitely. At least it made this first half more tolerable. Leave it to groal to undisputably show why designing a boss in this fashion is never a good idea. All his lackeys. Thank you, Magnetite Dice. Thank you, Magnetite Dice. Alright, now straight hands. Of course that hit. Cog flies and hollow purple fully upgraded, by the way. He might have had a few hits left in him, but I was not in any kind of position to be able to keep going with that fight. And now I don't have the shell shards for this. Fuck off. Groal the Great, huh? I have a hard time seeing what's so great about him. Get out of the way, you... I need to save everything. That's funny. Why did you not Darn it. Jesus Christ. after a full charge attack, by the way. Oh, that time it killed, but the other times no. You were funny, Team Jerry. I'm gonna have to get aggressive with him. Preferably, I'm going to wait for him to open his mouth so I can throw the vault vessels in his mouth. Sick, disgusting loser. I also got a seared organ out of that. Nice. Let's look at this loser's lore entry. Groal the quote great. Chief and chaplain of the Stiltkins. Forever raging against the citadel that chokes their caves and sees them suffer. This one's strength was much enhanced by stolen soul. They are not the first who try to hoard it or to mold it towards such violent ends. Yeah, in other words, they're not pathetic, sorry or they're not the only ones who are pathetic, sorry bums. Can I be let free? I'm only taking this bench because I know I can get the hell out of here as soon as possible after leaving this specific area. I got my get back. I got revenge. That is interesting. There's literally no dialogue. And the soul disappears because unlike the vessel, Hornet cannot absorb it as easily. At least not in a fashion that is free of silk. Seeker Soul. Seeker Soul, cracked shell containing soul drawn from a long deceased bug. Bug, in quotations. I'm shocked that there was no needle in dialogue there. Not dialogue. Christ, no. I got my get back, so now I can find a place to end the stream. I might do, in theory, one other additional thing and then end the stream, but even then I'm not sure. I'm so happy I have that done and over with. I can also go back here and get that covetous pilgrim, eventually. But with that, technically the entirety of Biowaters is done. Where am I? Oh, it's above me, that's right. Deserved. All of that just because Teen Cherry did not want you using Volt Pogos to go through and around him, by the way. Genuinely can't stand that boss. Thinking about him just, ugh. Alright, we've done a lot. We got two of the most annoying bosses in the game out of the way, which is good. Thank God for that. Then there's Deep Docks left, which is going to be annoying. The one thing I can do is turn in this Mossberry to get the Druid's Eyes. That is one thing I can do. This stuff I think I'll get off camera, because I've been meaning to, but I just haven't. It'd be more efficient that way anyway, I think. And then all the... I just remembered, does that also give me the... You can't be serious. Are you... You're dead ass. Oh my... I guess I have to find a way to kill these things, apparently. Here I thought just killing groal would have been enough. But no, that horrid place could not even give me that nicety. It just made me irrationally angry, knowing that apparently killing them doesn't even... Well, yep. Sorry, I'm just trying to think about what to do. If there's any little bits, other than Deep Docks, if there's any little bits and bobs I can go do right now. I guess in theory I can go visit, Eva. See if I have enough, things, memory lockets, used to be able to... Actually, before I forget, let me... Vault filaments left as well. There is the slab, but I'm not... That'd be a whole area I have to explore, and that's like a next stream thing. Then we can fight First Sinner and stuff. There's a white ward I can do in theory now I think about it, but no. I will have to go back eventually as well and let out Green Prince. But hey, 6 rows of stuff in the inventory, isn't that amazing? Probably would have had more. I actually thought before I turned in some of the items I would have had before. I can also technically get a pale ore from here now. From the Citadel, I mean. If I fight the Cogwork Dancers, which I do not wish to do as of right now. The one thing I will do is see if having this thing in my inventory will get the shamans to speak or say anything meaningful. Excuse you. What's that you got there, Bellringer? Stole someone else's soul for yourself. You speak of the remnant I found in the muck-choked caves beside the Citadel. This is this is soul siphoned from a once powerful bug. It's only a thin mix now, but there is still some strength left. At peak, their talent must have been impressive. It was that. I knew the bug in its prime, long time back. Braver than most, and a little fan, and as little a fan of this citadel as yourself. When seeking alliance with those basic bugs of the swamp, they thought they'd both gain from the Union. Scheme in defiance or some such stupidity. Now he's as dead as he was daft. Don't go trying to make friends in Farloom Bellringer. Nothing good will come from it. Okay. So they do say stuff. Means I have to go to Bellheart and then Bone Bottom. Wrong way. Now that I killed Groal though, I wonder when I'll be able to I lost my train of thought. Those bugs. Wait. Claim a common calling to serve the pilgrims as they make their path upwards. Such a critical role they award themselves, surely worthy of prey. So, I don't think I got this dialogue then. A sweet lie, of course. Like their predecessors, are simply too weak and fearful to venture any further. Oh. Cut myself off. I waste no words on the slave, be gone. Not even with this thing I have on me? Fuck. Biggest loser I know. Sure the chapel maiden will have something to say though. I'm pissed. I'm furious. I was trying to talk to the guy. I was trying to... Fuck. That's all I have to say. I mean, I have another mask, I guess. Trails End. Chakra. Child-wielding needle. I have caught fresh scent of my master in these stricken swamps beside the citadel. I ask you now to follow to meet together at Trails End. Well, we have the Chakra quest now. Search for Chakra and her master in Biowaters. Oh, so I guess you just have to kill Groal to make the quest pop up. No, you don't, because I didn't kill Groal in my other file. What am I talking about? Chakra can be tracked by her trail of rings, so that... I guess... all the Citadel places I don't really need things for.
Oh, yeah.
Still no key.
Hello, Meg.
I get 6 of these, I guess. Hold up. Yep. Everything's stocked up. You have anything new? No.
Hasbin?
Hasbin? Maraden. I find it funny I have yet to speak to the NPC in here just because I'm trying to hoard all these items. Everything is I'm trying to hoard as much as possible. With that though, I think I will end the stream. I got my revenge. We have Chakra's quest now, but I will not do it yet because if we do it, she'll show up in High Halls. Where is it? Right here. And then she'll help us out with the High Halls Gauntlet, but I want to get Gurman's interaction first. So, yeah. I guess somehow I'll go off camera and kill the remaining Stiltkin I need. Lord knows how, but yeah. Then I'll try to prep myself. Now that I have an extra mask, which puts us at 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 technically masks of health, with 2 more, I guess 8 more mass fragments left to find in the world, and I believe we are 1 off from getting full spool fragments. I don't remember the max number that you can get, but I think we're close to it. After that, other than letting out the Grey Prince, or not Grey Prince, Green Prince, and then fighting Cogwork Dancers, and then getting access to the rest of the Citadel that way, and getting the remainder of the fleas. And also the slab, actually. That'll be the first place I hit up. The slab. So get everything in there, and then just to mind my own business and go somewhere else. But yeah, I did a lot in this stream, I would say. Did a fair bit. If you enjoyed the stream, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and remember to always stay anonymous.